Hey, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. And peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. It's the brother to our Payah from the Providence, Rhode Island camp, coming at you with a quick lesson. And Salakia, I haven't been doing my lessons. And, I pray and hope that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai put the spirit upon me to stay diligent in this, stay consistent in this. And I pray this lesson here is edifying. But with that being said, I'm going to start off in 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, in the Amplified Version. Okay, verse 1 says, "Finally, believers, we ask and admonish you in the Lord Yahweh Shai, that you follow the instruction that you receive from us about how you ought to walk and please the Most High, just as you are actually doing, and that you excel even more and more, pursuing a life of purpose and living in a way that expresses gratitude to the Most High for your salvation." Now, just a little bit of context. This is a letter. This is a letter that's written to the church of Thessalonica, which written by, here it says in verse 1, 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 1, "Paul and Silvanus and Timotheus, unto the church of the Thessalonians, which is in the Most High, the Father, and in the Lord Yahweh Shai. Grace be unto you and peace from Yahweh our Father and the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach." So this is who this letter is written to, okay? And it wasn't just written to them for them in that time, but it's also something that the elect of the nation of Israel in this modern present time, it's actually written to them as well. See, the church of believers, the body of believers have been spread throughout the four corners of the earth, the entire planet. And this documentation was written in a way where it's divinely inspired so that it actually can live forever. Because these words live forever. Time goes and people come and go, but these words remain. These words stand firm to test of time. Okay, but jumping back, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 2, it says, "For you know what commandments and precepts we gave you by the authority of the Lord Yahweh Shai," right? Because Yahweh Shai has all the authority, all the power. What we can go to show that, it's written here in the book of Matthew 28 and verse 18. "And Yahweh Shai came and spake unto them, saying, All power is given unto me in heaven and in earth." Okay, so what it comes down to is Yahweh, he made a covenant with the children of Israel. Okay, going back to Moses and Mount Sinai, when he was there 40 days and 40 nights. And that covenant ended up being broken. So part of that covenant, or part of the laws that the Israelites had to follow, was the sacrificial law. But fast forward, like I said, they broke the covenant. Now, in this present time, well, let's say 2,000 years ago, when Yahweh Shai came into the earth, that was a peace offering that the Most High Yahweh was making to his elect, to his people. And only those that acknowledge that peace offering will receive salvation. Okay, they won't receive the judgment of the heathen. So Yahweh Shai is the extension of the Most High. And if you go into certain chapters like Galatians or Hebrews, you'll find out that it was Yahweh Shai that was the one that created all things with the angels, that had received all power above all the angels. But this understanding wouldn't have came if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai dying on the cross as a peace offering to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, so all authority is given to Yahweh Shai. But verse 3 says, "For this is the will of Yahweh, that you be sanctified, separate and set apart from sin, that you abstain and back away from sexual immorality, that each of you know how to control his own body in holiness and honor, being available for God's purpose and separated from things profane, not to be used in lustful passion like the Gentiles who do not know Yahweh and are ignorant of his will. All right. And so what it comes down to is, right, the apostles are commanding for very simple, basic things. All right. The thing is that during this time period, right, the heathen were in rulership. During this time period we're reading now, the heathen were in rulership, and the Israelites were oppressed and were forced to follow Greek customs and heathen customs for generations, to the point it just became a norm to them, regular. So just like in this present time, we here in America have been Americanized, colonized for over 400 years. It's been something that, when it comes to putting off the ways that we've developed as being subjects or slaves to these devils, it's a battle to put it off. Okay, so these are things that can be applied to us today. Because in this world, sexual immorality is at a high, and people are glorifying it. This is the spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, as is written in Revelation. This landmass, this place, this temporal kingdom is spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah. It's a sinful kingdom that you read about in Amos, the 9th chapter. So, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, we shall overcome these things. That's just the condition of the battle, to fight the elements, to fight the temptations and things like that. But these heathen, they don't care about none of that. They just following those things because that's just how they were made. That's just what they know. Okay, Deuteronomy 7:6 goes into how we were made a special people. Deuteronomy 7:6 says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." And that's why it says that the Gentiles are ignorant of the will of the Most High, because he didn't choose them. He don't care about them. Okay? But verse 6 says, in this matter of sexual misconduct, no man shall transgress and defraud his brother, because the Lord is the avenger in all these things, just as we have told you before and solemnly warned you. So these are the things that may have been happening in the church, right? Like that the apostles had heard of. So pretty much this letters to set them straight, to admonish them, to get them back in check. And this is what we should continually be doing, like checking ourselves, checking our brethren, because it's easy to fall short. It's easy to fall off. Okay? But verse 7 says, "For the Most High has not called us to impurity, but to holiness, to be dedicated and set apart by behavior that pleases him, whether in public or in private." So we got to be walking in a certain way. We can't be walking like imbeciles, man. This is how we show forth the calling that we've received. And this is the thing. You have to keep on being that example of righteousness to follow until the day salvation comes. All right? Because here it reads in Matthew 20:22-14, "For many are called, but few are chosen." And those that are chosen are the ones that actually was able to make it to the end with that type of conduct. This is Matthew 24:13. "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." So take that into consideration. Okay? Take that into consideration. 1 Thessalonians 4:8. So whoever rejects and disregards this is not merely rejecting man, but the Most High, who gives his Holy Spirit to you to dwell in you and empower you to overcome temptation. See it? And the thing is, a lot of people get caught up on the physical flesh, to the point where they think they don't need to listen to a man when he's giving some wise counsel. And that's where the ability to discern spirits comes into play. Because if a man is giving you some wise counsel, but you looking at him as like just some regular old nigga, but really in the spirit, he's a man of the Lord, right? And you're not taking heed to what he's saying, you're not rejecting him, you're rejecting the Most High. That's just what it comes down to. We here to give a message, we here to give admonishment, we here to give guidance unto the sheep, unto the children of Israel. You know? But, you know, there's a sense of pride within our people because they think they can figure it out themselves. But the truth of the matter is they've been trying to figure it out themselves ever since you know, they were taken out of Egypt, quite frankly. Always trying to do it themselves without relying on the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So I'm going to read that again. It says, so whosoever rejects and disregard this is not merely rejecting man, but the Most High Yahweh, who gives his Holy Spirit to you, to dwell in you and empower you to overcome temptation. So this is where I'm going to cut it. All right. I hope this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace salutations to the elect. Shalom.